The fabled king of the jungle, Tarzan, is making a comeback, but things are going to be different this time. Sony has grabbed the helm and is prepared to reinvent this legendary character for a new generation, following Warner Bros.' abortive attempts to bring the Tarzan franchise back to life. Edgar Rice Burroughs' novel Tarzan narrates the tale of an orphaned son of British nobility who was abandoned on the shore of Angola and reared by apes in the African bush. His story has been adapted numerous times throughout the years, starting with the silent film Tarzan of the Apes in 1918 and ending with Disney's renowned animated classic in 1999. Warner Bros. Made a major effort to revive Tarzan in 2016 with the release of The Legend of Tarzan, which was helmed by David Yates, who is well known for his work on the Harry Potter series. Even with an impressive ensemble that included Samuel L. Jackson, Christoph Waltz, Alexander Skarsgård, Margot Robbie, and others, the film fell short of expectations and cost a staggering $40 million. The plans for a sequel were also cancelled. Sony is now taking the initiative after obtaining the rights from the Burroughs estate. Their objective? A complete reimagining of Tarzan. Sony has the task of keeping Tarzan relevant in the modern era without any affiliated screenwriters or directors, especially in light of the antiquated perspectives on colonialism, race, and gender that the original plot depicts. Since Tarzan was developed in a previous era, it is difficult to adapt him for contemporary audiences. Despite its attempts to address some of these problems, The Legend of Tarzan ultimately served to perpetuate harmful stereotypes, most notably the story of the white rescuer. It's unclear how Sony intends to update Tarzan for the modern audience, but they'll obviously need to proceed cautiously. It is hoped that they will add the subtlety and empathy required to successfully reintegrate Tarzan into the 21st century. What can we anticipate from this new strategy, then? Sony's new interpretation of Tarzan has the potential to be a game-changer since it addresses previous concerns and gives the character greater relevance and relatability for modern audiences. A complete makeover implies that Sony is prepared to let go of the troubling aspects that have plagued Tarzan for many years. Tarzan has historically been viewed through a colonial prism, with white man ascending to the throne of a jungle populated by native people and animals. This viewpoint has long been critiqued for being Eurocentric. We now have the chance to reconsider these ideas and provide a more nuanced and inclusive representation. Emphasizing Tarzan's relationship to the environment could be one option Sony's reboot takes. This viewpoint might offer Tarzan a new, contemporary spin, especially as environmental issues get more and more attention worldwide. Imagine Tarzan as a fierce guardian of threatened ecosystems, fighting against poaching and deforestation, in addition to his legendary status as a jungle hero. By doing this, he would become a champion of the environment and become more in line with current world issues rather than a colonial figure. Thoroughly examining Tarzan's ancestry while honoring the source material and acknowledging its historical context is an additional fascinating option. The reboot might explore Tarzan's inner conflict, trying to reconcile his identity as both British nobleman and a jungle guardian, rather than adhering to the conventional white savior narrative. This would result in a more nuanced and sympathetic figure who struggles with belonging and identity in a multicultural setting. This reboot will heavily rely on casting. Who could provide the complexity and realness required for a contemporary Tarzan? Let's introduce Tom Hardy. Hardy has what it takes to capture the raw strength and fragility of a modern-day Tarzan, having already made a name for himself with his passionate performances and physical skill in movies like Mad Max, Fury Road and Venom. His presence would give the part a great deal of weight, making Tarzan's internal and exterior problems interesting and approachable. However, the casting choices won't end there. Selecting performers who embody their characters is crucial in order to steer clear of the dangers of stereotyping and tokenism. During the film's creation, bringing in consultants and specialists on African cultures and indigenous viewpoints could help to ensure a respectful and truthful portrayal, which would increase the film's legitimacy. Innovative narrative could also be beneficial for the reboot in order to genuinely grab the audience's attention. Stories that defy convention and break the mold are highly favored by modern audiences. Sony could make a Tarzan movie that seems exciting and relevant by including modern issues, intriguing character arcs, and new visual techniques. Through the resolution of long-standing grievances and adoption of a more liberal, inclusive stance, this revival holds the potential to reinvent Tarzan for a new generation. Not to be overlooked is Jane Porter, Tarzan's renowned friend. It's important to pick the appropriate actress to bring her to life. Jane is more than simply a helpless girl, she is a powerful, wise, and multifaceted person. Her character might be given new life by the reboot, making her a more significant and active player in the narrative. Florence Pugh, who made memorable appearances in Midsommar and Little Women, might be a great option. Pugh's skill at striking a balance between strength and tenderness would give Jane more nuance and make her seem more contemporary and dynamic. Another name that comes to mind is Zendaya. She has demonstrated her talent in Euphoria and Spider-Man: No Way Home, and she possesses the depth and charisma required to give Jane a new, autonomous edge. Her interpretation of Jane might highlight her power and intelligence, which would make her ideal for this contemporary rendition. Emma Mackey is another interesting choice. She is well known for her performance in Sex Education. Her ability to give her characters depth and genuineness may draw attention to Jane's flexibility and resiliency, making her a resourceful and proactive character in the narrative. Last but not least, Anya Taylor-Joy might offer Jane Porter a special energy, thanks to her riveting roles in The Queen's Gambit and The Witch. Jane has the potential to be a standout character in the reboot, giving the part a contemporary and new twist thanks to her emotional depth and on-screen charisma. It will be fascinating to watch who Sony choose to play Jane in this new Tarzan tale as they proceed with this intriguing project. And that concludes the video for today. We appreciate your time and will see you in the next one. Given the recent excitement about the upcoming Tarzan revival and potential casting choices, who do you believe would be the ideal choice to play Jane Porter? Please share your ideas and opinions in the comments section below. Your input helps us create new films.